Hey guys, this is going to be a bit of a strange video because anyone outside my circle of friends that may come across this will not understand anything about it. So, since you guys are probably out of the loop, I was born on April 16th, 1999, and if you guys didn't know, that's today. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something that I think a lot of people should do, but like they don't really like to do because they don't want to seem either uncool or they don't want to be too serious about anything. So what I'm gonna do is, my eyebrows suck, but whatever. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to go through my list of contacts. My phone screen, yeah, there we go. I'm going to go through my list of contacts and I'm going to compliment on each person that I come across. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I really don't think people compliment each other enough. At least I don't compliment my friends enough. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna compliment people. I want to show on this day that I was born that I appreciate those who surround me, those who I choose to surround myself with, and those that I have come to care about because of all the jokes, the hardships. As much as a hardship as a 16-year-old can, or 17-year-old now can go through, whatever. Anyway, here you go. And one more thing, all of these, no matter if they're physical, personality, whatever, strictly platonic. I want to get that clear. Strictly platonic. So, here we go. Lauren, your name is under the nickname I gave you last year. So, Lauren, I think that it's great how you always seem to be peppy. You always have a smile on your face. You're always ready to do work. And honestly, I think that's one of the best qualities about you. And, yeah. So I think my favorite story about, since meeting you is how I met you, which is, it was last year in music theory, AP music theory. We were one of 3 sophomores. There was me and then Lauren and then another girl. So I didn't know Lauren, and the only thing I remember about the situation is that I overheard her complain that she was always hungry, because it was rather late in the day, and I just like told her, I'll just bring you a brownie if you stop complaining. And that's exactly what I did, and we just kind of talked from then on. So yeah, that's how we became friends. Caitlin. Marching band Caitlin. I like how you didn't feel weighed down by the electives you took, like band. You chose to go to the tech school, which I think is really great. And I like how you also seem to always have a smile on your face. And honestly, seeing my friend smile is one of the greatest things that I can experience on a day-to-day basis. My favorite memory of you is probably every day during marching band season, because we didn't get to see each other during school because you actually went to the tech school in AM and we didn't have any PM classes together. Every day in marching band you would come and you would just say hi and you had a smile and it was nice. So those are my favorite memories. Caleb, your last friend. Carol. I think one of the greatest aspects about you is that you always strive to get better. You never settle, which some would see as a negative because you wouldn't be able to live. If you took it to an extreme, you wouldn't be able to be content with yourself at all. But I like how far you're willing to push yourself. You, for example, we already got done counties and you're already practicing for next year. That's dedication. That's one of the better things about you. I don't really have a favorite memory of you since we don't have many memories, but I think the one that sticks in my mind is when we first met. When you first moved up here from Texas, you came with your mother and father, and your brother was still in Texas. He was coming later. So my mom suggested to me you should ask her to go play tennis. And that's what I did. And while neither of us were good, it was an enjoyable time for a first meeting. So, yeah, that's a good memory. Caroline. I think your hair is very nice. As just a, whatever. So, I like your hair. I think it's very nice. I think there's fireworks outside for my birthday. I think that it's really nice how you tend to speak your mind. You don't, like most people would, like you became drum major. And most people would immediately gravitate towards that group of people that hang out with the other drum majors, but you kind of stuck with your friends. You kind of stuck with your guns, and I think that's really nice. I think it shows, even if you don't see it, because you all are always joking, that it shows devotion. It shows, a nice, healthy friendship with the people around us. Cassandra, this is easy. You are always grinning, and it's awesome. You offered me so many bonding moments between you, me, and the rest of the section during marching band. Man, I don't know what I would do, what I would have done without you. It would have been such a boring summer. My favorite memory. I can't tell my favorite memory because it's rude and mean to another friend down the line. Alright, so my favorite memories are right before show. You would always request to do the speech to our section. And you were always the better speech giver than I was. So, those are my favorite memories, just kind of letting you pump us up. And it was always a very nice moment, and it was a nice bonding moment for our section. Family comes later. Deco. Or Andrew, whatever. You would never guess his last name from just Deco. Trust me. So Deco, you awkward guy. Okay, so Deco, you are very quiet. And that's not a bad thing. But I think your best trait is that you, despite your shyness, when you are comfortable with people, you do not care what you say. And that's awesome. There have been multiple times when you've insulted me, and it's been serious, and while I was frustrated at the time, I do like that about you. I do like that you are not afraid of what your friends may think of you, which could backfire eventually, but whatever. I said your name wrong, and you're not really close family, so you're gonna go next. Danielle. Texas Danielle. I haven't known you long. And we didn't really interact that much. But I do think that you were very nice while I was down there, while you were up here. And from what I can remember, you used to run at night. And I like how you were kind of dedicated, even on your vacation, to remain physically active and to retain good health, which I don't. So I respect that. Alright. Favorite memory. Favorite memory of Deco. Definitely every day in Piano 1 was awesome. Alright. Danielle, favorite memory. How you, when I went down there, we used to stay at a camp, and the particular summer that I was interacting with Danielle, I got a really bad sunburn. So oftentimes I would just kind of sit outside with a wet cloth on my shoulders, because it was literally like a lizard. It was bad. So she would always walk around, and we would just kind of share a glance. She would always call me Pennsylvania. I think she was the one that started that. I don't remember though. So yeah, those are my favorite memories of her. Emily. Do I have another Emily? I need to specify. If I do. No. All right, Emily. You are, oh gosh, you are one of my closest friends ever. And honestly, you're one of the few people that I don't mind giving compliments to in person. Even though I don't do it often, because a lot of our, what's the freaking word? I was struggling with this word before too. Whatever. A lot of our interactions are based on snarky remarks and playful banter, which is cool. We haven't talked as much since we got out of junior high, but my favorite memory of you is 7th grade near the end of the year. We used to have social studies together before we had band together at the end of the day. And my favorite memory was the moment that kickstarted our close friendship was when earlier in the day I heard that our band teacher was giving mini donuts because we put on such a great performance a few days prior. And I just ran up to her at the end of social studies and I'm like, Emily, we're getting donuts. I'm so happy. And so happy then became a meme between us for years to come. And she still laughs the hell out loud from it. And I don't know why. It's not even that funny, Emily. But, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel funny. So, thank you. Gabby. Gabby, I did not purposely cease talking to you. We just don't have any classes together. But back when we did still talk regularly, I really liked how you really weren't afraid to do the embarrassing stuff. Like, a lot of the stuff that you did would have embarrassed me, but to you it just kind of felt like normal, which is really cool. You were desensitized to the embarrassment, which is awesome. And I really like how you really don't care what other people think about what you like. Yeah. But it's really nice, and I just really enjoyed that aspect of you. Favorite memory? Oh geez, I don't recall many standout moments. Okay, so Gabby has a boyfriend and he's also my friend. So we were at his birthday party and he is a huge gamer. I could see him as a really hardcore role player someday, because he has a lot of Nerf stuff, a lot of Nerf swords, axes. Oh man, it was so much fun beating the crap out of each other with him. So one thing, we were with me, my friend Nick, who's gonna come up later, and a group of his friends, and he went upstairs to deal with something, and we were like, let's do a Legend of Zelda style situation. And we put we put Gabby in the closet, right? And we basically fought her boyfriend, and that was a really fun memory of setting that up. I don't know, it was fun. Hayden. Just met you this year, man. So, Hayden, I think that you have a very nice smile. And I think you have a really good sense of humor as well. My favorite memory of you is obviously the days we spent in homeroom with you, me, Chris, and Paige, I think her name is. Man, those are the best. We just made comment after comment about everything on TV news. Fun times. I'm gonna get a compliment to my home. You offer me a roof. I love you. Jackson. Oh man, white chocolate. All right, Jackson, you're freaking awesome. I think my favorite thing about you is that you don't realize when someone's messing with you. It's so funny. My favorite group of memories is every day last year in bio, despite it being an absolutely god-awful class. Every day when me and Caroline and Rob were freaking making fun of you, and you were making fun of us back. Those were the days. My favorite single memory of you was last year in geometry. Geometry. Because so it was you, me, and Deco in the same class. And me and Deco went up together because we had the same lunch beforehand. But you came in later. And just one day, when you came in, I was like, yo, white chocolate, what up? And you were just like, what? And I just kind of said on the spot, oh yeah, that's your rapper name, didn't you know? That's probably racist. And you're not even black, you're Italian. But God, that just made me giggle so hard. Giggle is a funny word. Oh man, this is fun. I should do this more often. I like reminiscing. Jackson, you're cool, dude. I don't care if you grow to hate me, you will always be cool in my mind. Next, Jason. Dang it. Alright, well, we'll cut that part out. Next, Jason. We haven't talked much since the end of 9th grade, but or the end of 10th grade, I should say, because we had honors modern world studies last year. Oh man, that was great. I almost failed a couple quarters though, which wasn't good because of stupid notebook checks, man. Anyway, Jason, you are one of the funniest guys I know. And I do mean that sincerely. And I'm not saying that because, like, you know, I'm saying it because it's actually true. You are hilarious. I really wish you would talk louder, though. You mumble a lot. You know, nothing wrong with that, though. It's just kind of how you talk. Just like I talk with a bit of a lazy kind of kind of thing. But, you know, whatever. So, my favorite memory was you, me, and our friend Ryan, who's going to come up later. You, me, and Ryan were in German together. German 1. What was it? 9th grade year, freshman. And you, me, and Ryan always used to sit together. And me and Ryan basically teamed up on you, and we were like, Jason, just stop trying to explain things. Ryan is the ruler of the world. What don't you get about this? And you would always give us the strangest looks of disbelief as we kept playing this card on you. And I could tell it was annoying you, but God, it was so funny. I mean, it was never meant to be hurtful, but I think you saw the humor. And we're still friends. So, I mean, I must say something, right? I keep looking down. It's because, real quick, my webcam is above my screen because I'm using a different webcam because the webcam on my actual laptop broke, or at least it's really blurry. So I'm using a different webcam that's like higher up, so I have to like make an effort to look at it, and it just bothers me that I can't see my own eyes. There's a car just drove by. Yeah, I'm looking at the window. Shut up. Whatever. Next, Jen. Oh jeez, which Jen? I know 2, and I don't remember which one this is. Jen. This is 11th grade Jen, the one that I sit with your group every morning before, or almost every morning before homeroom, though half the time I'm late. Whatever. So Jen, you are one of the most outgoing people I know, and I mean that in the most sincere of ways. You generally are not annoying. Just like I am generally annoying. You know what I mean. So Jen is very, very opinionated, which is great. Because I respect opinionated people more than I respect people who never share anything. Ryan. No. Nah, but Jen, she is very opinionated, and I really like that about you. I keep switching pronouns, whatever. So, I think my favorite memory is, again, Piano 1 every day. Oh, my favorite memories were in Piano 1 when I forgot to plug in my headphones, but I had them on my head. So it sounded like it was coming from the headphones when it was actually coming from the actual piano. Or the MIDI piano that the piano lab has. And Jen would always like come over to me or like yell at me and be like, plug in your headphones. Jeez, I can't concentrate. And that always just made me laugh. I know it was rude, but whatever. It just makes me laugh. Family comes later. Josh. 12th grade Josh, as of right now. Hugh are probably one of my best friends. I feel that we have a lot in common, generally. Like, we're both gamers. We both love Fire Emblem, though we have very different opinions on them. I think one of my favorite things about you is that you seem to be one of the most genuine people I know, and by genuine I mean you genuinely like to help your friends. Like, okay, so last year the music department took a trip to Europe, which happens once every 3 years, so you have a chance you always have a chance, no matter what grade you are. So I got the chance to go my 10th grade year, which just kind of sucked, but whatever. I wanted to be first year. God, you whiner! Anyway, last year in Europe, I stuck with a group of friends the entire time, or close to the entire time. But one day was the most frustrating day ever, because I was extremely tired. So I kept making these like stupid little logic mistakes. Like, I wouldn't pay attention to my surroundings, and the group built up playful comments, and it just weared and teared, and eventually it came to a point where Josh kind of turned to him and be like, could you stop making fun of him? And like, he went on this like rant on this particular one who always made the comment first, and it turned out, well, that happened, he told me that story, it happened after I already left for the day. I left with another group, my friend Rob, and his group of friends. I hung out with them today. So, yeah, that was Josh. That was really cool. That's, I really appreciate that, dude. I think my favorite memory of you is all the arguments we've had about Fire Emblem. Oh man, those were fun. Over the phone, over Skype, whatever. Walk into second period English, dude. Those are great. Oh, man. 24 minutes so far. Probably cut some of it out. We're about halfway through. We're on the J's. Last J. Okay. Julian. We were really good friends in elementary, and then we moved to different junior highs, and then we got the same high school. Love that rocky friendship. So, Julian, with a bit of backstory, was one of my two best friends in elementary. Him along with another guy named Harrison, who I'm not close with anymore. I've heard mixed things about him, to say the least, but we're not going to go into that. So, Julian, I think the thing that stands out about you the most, and I hate that this is the thing that stands out, your hands are huge, dude. Like, my hand, his middle finger extends like that when we hold our hands up. It's insane. But anyway, I think my favorite thing about you is that we have a lot of things in common, which really helps. Like, we talk about Arrow a lot. You said you're going to get into the Flash. You love fantasy and books and just stories in general, which I can really appreciate. Like, a lot of people just read a book just because they have to, like it's a school assignment. But you read for fun, and I think that's cool. While I can't personally do it, I try, dude. I try so hard. My ADHD, dude. But anyway, yeah, it's really cool how you can do that. And I can, like, kudos, dude. But my favorite memory about you is very, very recent. We were talking about Arrow again, and you had just finished up season 2. And my favorite memory is when I had built up the final episode so much, and you were like, yeah, I didn't think it was all that great. Oh man, in retrospect, that's so funny with how much I built it up like the previous week. Oh man, that's my favorite memory of you. And it's probably because I can't remember back that far very clearly in elementary, but dude, you're awesome. Thank you for being there for me, even after we've been apart for about 4 years. Okay. Karen, graduated Karen, goes to... I'm not going to say where she goes, because that's personal privacy. Karen, you had a very funny last name, and brought me much enjoyments. because reasons. And just be glad I didn't call you the other thing. And I know you told me that some people do, but whatever. So Karen, you again are very opinionated. I love how you always tried to work hard how you always had to work hard to get to where you got. Like in high school, you shared flute section leader with another person. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend you were the best flautist, or the best marcher, but dang, you tried and you were a great leader. You pushed your section and you were always like super on point, which was like just kudos. You were much better than Sam and me as section leaders. I'm gonna give you that. All right, Carly, family Carly. You spell your name funny. You do. Sorry. But yeah. Again, didn't know you that long. You are in Texas. I've heard you have a child. I think that was you. Oh gosh, now I'm scared that it's not. But anyway, you live in Texas. You are very nice. You were a lot more open in the start than Danielle was, I believe, if I'm remembering right. And what I like about you is that you have a very nice smile as well. And I know I just said this earlier in the video, but seeing one of my friends smile is always very nice. It makes my day. My favorite memory about you. Jeez, I don't have a definitive memory. I just we spent so little time together that every moment was kind of like a special moment. So I'm gonna say every moment. Don't take that the wrong way. Katie, you were a freshman this year. You were one of my section. You were one of my healthy clarinet section. To the ready award for the win. Hashtag to the ready. What I liked about you is that you always came prepared. You were great. I don't recall one day when you were flustered some days, I could tell, but I liked how you always came ready to work, and it really helped the group dynamic. I really like how you just no matter what you ended up doing during the day, you were always ready, and it was so great that I didn't have to worry about that as much as some other sections did, trumpets. So yeah, thank you. Favorite memory for all my clarinet section, favorite memory is the group huddles before every show. Those are great. Just heads up. That's my father. Kyle. Kyle, trumpeter. I think you want to be a pastor or a priest, you wanted to be a religious spokesperson, I'm going to say. And while I don't personally agree with your religious beliefs, my favorite thing about you, this is leading into my favorite thing. My favorite thing about you is that you don't generally let yourself waver in the face of uncertainty. You have a lot of devotion to your faith, which is, I don't care what your faith is. If you have devotion to it, it is some sign of good. Unless you're using it for militant purposes. But if you're not, it is some sign of good. And I want to stress that. So you have such faith in God and all that stuff that it really is inspiring to hear you talk about him so passionately. Another thing that's awesome is that you're a good trumpet player and you're not obnoxious. Thank you. That's all I'm going to say on that. Oh, I'm going to upset trumpeteers everywhere. Anyway, my favorite moment is one day in chem this year. We were sitting next to each other. We were doing our balloon project. Charles Law. Man, what a time. It was only like 2 weeks ago. So my favorite memory of you is that we just kind of sat there the entire time. Instead of working on a project like we should have been doing, we were just kind of talking about jazz and about the different things about the jazz band that you were frustrated with, that you loved, how you loved last year's ballad. Oh man, those are probably some of the best conversations I've had about jazz, because I don't like jazz. I like one jazz song, and it's not even American. So, yeah, great. So yeah, that's a really cool memory about you. Thank you, dude. Lauren, graduated Lauren. Used to be one of my section leaders. You were a workaholic. That's cool. I hated it during last year's marching season. Not this past year, but the previous year. During, Hansel and Gretel. The squats. My favorite memory, you used to go around bending people's knees so that they squatted right. And you were always in the squat while you did it. You just kind of waddled. It was great. Oh, man. You are one... Again, I like to surround myself with peppy people. You are also one of the peppiest people I have ever met. You always came with the most positive attitude you could have. You were always ready to work. You were a workaholic, as I've said before. And that's great. And you have a great sense of humor. It's awesome. Whatever. Family comes next. Later. Lizzie. Senior Lizzie. The hair. Sorry. Lizzie. I remember when I first met you, I don't think you liked me. You have told me that you did not like me. But I don't think you liked me. Because I was in 8th grade and you were in 9th grade. And you insulted me a lot. And I laughed it off. Most of the time. And then this past year, I think we've both gotten a lot more mature. So we've kind of grown past that. We still joke around, obviously. I mean, humor is everything in a person. That's a lie, but whatever. So, I think one of my favorite memories is, I shouldn't even mention it because it's so embarrassing. We were in full orchestra, and that's the one day when I sit next to her while we're playing our instruments. And we were playing a 3-piece song, or a 3-page song, where we had to have all 3 out because of a coda. That takes us back to the beginning from the 3rd page. So we had to have all 3 out. And we just realized this, so me and my stand partner, Sam, we turned the page to spread it out to 3. When we got to the 2nd page, I realized that I put the 3rd page first instead of the 2nd one. So I was playing at 180 and the rest of you were at 60. It's like, come on, man. It's numbers. It's 1 to 3. Band only needs to count to 1 to 4. You should know this. And you didn't let me live it down that entire day. Or until 2nd period, which, when I last saw you, you didn't let me live it down. It didn't exactly pertain to her, but she sure as hell, she jumped on it. Good old times of this past week. No, it was it was this past Tuesday. That's what it was. That was a good memory. That's one that's gonna stick with me, for better or for worse. Max, I don't know you that well, but you know what I know about you? You're a cool guy. I don't care what other people say about you. You're very opinionated. My favorite memory, basically everyone we had in ROTC, because you were always very, very open, very, very to the point. It was great. That was quick. I'm sorry, I just don't know him that well. He is a cool guy, though. He is really cool. Megan. The one that moved away. The one that got away. Yeah, whatever. Megan. Platonic, remember. No. Okay, so Megan. We just recently got together because we went to see the high school's production of Mary Poppins, which was the bomb, by the way. It was great. It's so much better than 9th grade's Grease. Ugh. I just don't like Grease. It wasn't that the show was bad. Anyway, you came up from Maryland to watch our friends in Mary Poppins, and that was really, really cool. And, that was one of the best talks I've had with a friend ever. It was such a good conversation because I get to, for once, I felt comfortable sharing my thoughts on my writings and on my work and how I feel. And, it was some very nice stuff that we shared. Quote unquote, I take that back. That I shared and then you laughed at. Whatever. So thank you so much. That was very nice. That was a very nice visit. And then we all went to get ice cream at Emily's house. Man, that was fun. So, my favorite memory of you is, oh, this is gonna sound bad. When you had your mouth sewn shut, I kind of giggled at first, I remember. And, you know, sorry. I found it kind of humorous. I'm such a horrible friend. No, but Megan, you are so cool. I really wish you could be up here with us more often. You're so cool. We could Skype anytime. I've told you. We could Skype. But yeah. I have like 4 variations of my parents on this thing. Skipping it. Morgan. Graduated Morgan. Let's see here. I have known you since you started dating my best friend. Which was middle of 7th grade? Man. We've known each other for like 6 years, dude. That's really cool. It's probably one of the longest friendships that's been constant ever that I've had. That's still around, yeah. Man, that's cool. So, I know we got in a bit of a rough patch here last year over something. Okay, let's be honest. It was dumb. It was a stupid miscommunication and bias on both our parts. So, yeah, despite that, I still consider us really good friends. And even after you broke up with my best friend, we still remained friends. And that was really cool. I think one of my favorite things about you is your sense of humor. How it's really dark and twisted, and how you find humor in horror movies, which is something I envy about you. One of my favorite memory of you was 2 years ago. No, last year, marching band. You were section leader, along with Karen, of the flautists. And me and my friend Sam were section leader of the clarinets. At football games, after we performed our show, we would go up to the bleachers, and I sat 1 row behind you. And, like, I remember after your boyfriend, after you broke up with Caleb, you you would always request that I give you back massages. And, you know, I obliged because I'm a friend. That's what friends do. Friends give back massages. And you said I would be a damn good masseuse, or something along those lines. Or that you said at least I give good ones. So those are my favorite memories of you, when it was just kind of casual back. Is there such a thing as a casual back massage? Whatever. And then you always said play with my hair because it's relaxing. So yeah, that was fun. Those are good times. Man, you should come back sometime. Just come for like one of the football games. Like I'll text you a date or something. Not that kind of date. You have a boyfriend. Whatever. Anyway. So yeah, that's one of my favorite memories about you. You are a really good friend. Thank you so much. I should have said thanks for all of these. Nick. God damn, where do I start? You are probably my closest friend. No. You're my most fun friend in school ever. I really think that our relationship is based on how much we love to complain about the world. And it's so funny. My favorite, I think what I like about you the most is that you're strangely punctual. You always keep track of when I come into English class. And whenever I usually come in really late to English class because I walk with Josh to English, and he takes forever to get out of band. So I always come in late. And then one day I came in really early before him. He just kind of walked up to me and he's like, "Why are you here so early? That's weird." That was a really good memory. But I think my favorite memory of Nick was 9th grade year. We ran the school store during... Oh, jeez, when was it? We ran the school store during 7th period. Yes, 7th period. Because 5th period I had physical science. No, I had that 3rd. What did I have 5th? Did I have lunch? No, did I have gym 5th? No, I didn't have gym 9th grade. Usually I was ROTC. Oh, this is frustrating me. Wanna be the king of this? You the that song stuck in my head. We just got back from seeing Jungle Book, the new one. It was really good. But Christopher Walken played King Louis, and he was talking to Mowgli, and he just kind of all of a sudden started bouncing around and dancing. No, he was too fat to dance. But he just started singing the song out of freaking nowhere. It was great. I wanna be the king of the swinging zoo, the jungle VIP. Do, and that's what's bothering me. Okay. Whatever we had ninth grade, we ran the school store, and it ended up that by the end of the year, we were the only two people running school store, and it was every other day, 7th period. It was so dumb, the reasons that the other people got fired. One of them was stealing money. I mean, really, dude? You idiot. One of them, I think, messed up a cabinet or something. And one of them was just, like, freaking fucking around. It was stupid. But anyway, we were the last ones. And we did some dumb stuff. It wasn't, like, bad, but it was just stupid nonsense. Oh, man. That was probably my favorite time during junior high. 8th grade year was overall the best, but 9th grade, the school store, that was the shit, dude. That was great. We got some, whenever we got stuff stuck up on the topmost cabinet, one of us would have to climb up onto the railing and have to get it. Oh, it was so funny. So yeah, that was one of my favorite memories. Next. God, I've been going for 44 minutes, 30 seconds exactly. Jesus Christ. We're only on R's. So you have R, S, T, and then one V. And S has a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 in total. Not to mention I have my brother, my mom and dad, and then my bro, my best friend. Anyway, Rob. Robert, Bobbert, Boob, whatever I want to call you at any given moment. You are a son of a bitch. You know that? And I mean that in the most heartfelt way possible, platonically anyway. You are a total dick, and that's what makes you so damn funny. And you're not a dick to be mean, not most of the time. You're a dick because you want to make others laugh, including the person you're being a dick to. And most of the time, it really pays off because you're really funny. Like, you pulled a prank on literally every one of our bio people, where you brought in an invisible ink pen, and you did all of their work for them. And, oh man, it was the funniest thing when they were like, "Where'd it go?" That was great. Dude, that was awesome. You're cool. One of my favorite memories is every day in bio, you used to steal my spot, you dick. You bastard. Oh my god, that was so frustrating. My favorite memory is one day. No, that was my favorite memory. My favorite memory was every day you used to come and steal my seat, you prick. It was all in good fun. And then you played solitaire in my spot, and then I had to watch from afar and, long for my back seat again. Whatever. Alright, next. Rose, you are my best friend's girlfriend currently. You are very tough. You have tough love, and that's not bad. A lot of people would say it is, but really, I mean, sometimes it can get a little bit much just from an outsider's perspective. I obviously don't know your entire family mechanic anymore. Or ever. I never did. and I never really want to because I have my own family dynamic. That's what it was. Dynamic. That's the word. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Yes, the word. Sorry. I got really excited. So, Rose. Tough love. It's not a bad thing. I really like how devoted you are to my best friend, and that's something that's really cool. Sometimes you are, in my opinion, a little bit hard on him, but, you know, what can you do? I can't interject into your relationship, and I don't really want to. I think you two are overall happy, which is, you know, really good. So, my favorite memory of you is one day during the summer, I woke up at like 11, and I'm like, I'm gonna Skype Rose, and wait for Caleb to come home because he had to go to work. Or no, it was either during winter break or spring break. I don't remember. It might not have been either. It might just have been a weekend. So Caleb has work from the morning until about 3:30, and then he comes home around 4:30. So I just woke up at 11, and I'm like, I'm going to Skype Rose. And we just kind of sat there talking about nonsense, and you were working on your coloring book for like 4 hours. And we made fun of Caleb, and it was so funny. And then when he came home, he was like, yo, bro, I didn't know you were here. And, you know, we all had a laugh. He probably said something like that. I don't actually remember. Anyway, next, Ryan. Ryan, you quiet guy. All right, so, Ryan, what's cool about you is that you don't share your opinion. I know that contradicts what I said earlier, but they're two extremes. It's just the middle that sucks. That doesn't make sense. Okay, let me rephrase that. Ryan, I like how you know when to keep to yourself. And while I do think you do it a bit too much, I think you're a bit too cautious with what you say, especially when it comes to Mike. I think that what's really cool is that you are just kind of there. You're a friend. You're a good. You're a shoulder to lean on. You are always willing to work. That's debatable. You are most of the time. That's also debatable. You work when you know something needs to get done. There we go. That works. And I really think that I kind of wish that you would apply yourself a bit more, but I mean, I like that you're into video games. My favorite memory, every day at lunch, where we just kind of sit there eating our food in silence because neither of us know what to say first, and then eventually it gets onto either chem or social studies or health, which are the three subjects other than lunch that we have together, and they're all in a row. Like it's 4th period social studies, 5th period lunch, 6th period health, and 7th period chem, and then he has honors pre-calc, and then he has freaking Spanish. Yeah, you moved on from Spanish. You didn't move on from German. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, so... Yeah, every day at lunch, it's so fun. It's so funny. Yeah, so cool. On to S's. There's 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2 on T, 1 on V, mom, dad, brother, and then best friend. Okay, S. Sam. You are hilarious. Yeah, you have your issues. You don't generally get serious ever, which is a little frustrating at times, but you're freaking awesome, dude. And you are willing to do a lot for my sake, which is really cool as well. Like, you were willing to bring over your GoPro, and then we didn't even end up using it for a project of mine. And that was so nice of you. And I know you have issues of your own. You have a girlfriend to attend to. You have your own schoolwork. You have so much of your own. Plus, you used to do drum corps. Oh, man. That was really cool of you, dude. Thank you so much. So I really do like how we are both socially awkward. And I think that helps us because it helps us understand other people more, if that makes sense. Like, we're more observers. We learn to read people. We learn to empathize with people rather than talking all about yourself. And I think that's really cool. I think that's a really great trait to have. Even if you don't entirely feel comfortable all the time with everything that we talk about. I do appreciate that you are very honest, you are very genuine in how you feel, and you are very, very funny even. And you always find a way to make me laugh first period. You always wake me up. Some were more disruptive to the class than others, but it's always welcome in my book. So thank you, dude. You're one of my closest friends, dude. You're so great. Sarah, sophomore Sarah. So, you are one of my section. We hated each other when I was in 9th grade and you were in 8th. We despised each other. And now, we're friends, I think. Since marching band ended and we get like 2 minutes to talk every morning, and that's it, instead of like 2.5 hours during marching season, like every 2 days, I feel like haven't talked as much as maybe friends should. But I really do. I enjoy our conversations, despite them now boiling down to me grunting from my tiredness and you laughing at it. But silver lining, right? So I really just do. One thing I really like about you is that you're very, very. How do I put this? I like how you changed, and I'm not saying that who you were was a bad person, because it was just a natural phase of like teenage years, how you're always angry, how you're always frustrated at everyone, and I get it. But I really like how you, more so than a lot of other people, and a lot more noticeably than most other people, were able to change, and we were able to become friends. Because that was, I don't remember if I ever told you this, but the first day of marching band, and I saw you, I was like, fuck, it's her. And then you just kind of, acted cool. And it was really nice. And I really appreciate that about you. 54 minutes. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I really appreciate that about you. My favorite memory of you, I don't remember. We're the two people that like our coffee the most, I think. Other than Cassandra, we're the two people that like our coffee the most, if I recall. I remember I see yours on the bar to our right during first period band. You and me put it there while Cassandra puts it on a chair in front of her, and I'm always like, isn't that a bit precarious? Because, there's actually a story about that. My mom mentioned me in a post. There's a story of why I'm so paranoid about coffee. One day, full orchestra, we were moving chairs because the basses need more room. We share a row with the basses, the woodwinds do. And I knocked over my coffee, and it got all over the floor. And I was really late to English because I had to stay and pick it up. And it spilled at the beginning, so I had to be avoiding it with my feet as I was tapping to the beat of the music so I can keep up. And I was avoiding it the entire time. That was the story. Yeah. So my favorite, whatever, next. Oh, I'm getting tired. Our voice is kind of going. Thank God I'm almost done. My cheeks, dude. Do you see how red my face is? Hair itches, but I can't scratch it without being weird. That's not a bad look. It's not like this, it sucks. Never mind. I get so easily distracted. So, Sarah, the other one, the one that I met this year, the 11th grade one, that's in my Modern American Studies class right in front of me, and my chem class right behind me. I love how you laugh at everything. It's such a good trait to have. I can respect that a lot. I have a cowlick and it hurts. So what I respect about you is that you almost never don't do your homework, which is very rare in my group of friends. You are very, very on point on homework. All right, in chem, you 25% of the time get it right, but you still do it. You give it an attempt, which is the important thing that they're actually grading the homework on, if they ever do grade it. I swear, only 2 classes grade homework anymore. And it's not even the normal stuff, chem and math. It's social studies and English. My math teacher doesn't check homework at all. It's great, because I don't do it. I shouldn't have admitted that. Now, if anyone ever shows her this is going to piss her off. She's a really nice teacher, though. Anyway, Sarah, you are really cool. I really like you. You're a really good friend. And I know we just met this year, but I feel like we have a lot in common. We have a very similar sense of humor, especially when I'm that phase of tired where I giggle at everything like a drunken fool. Oh man, that's so funny. I'm not actually drunk, by the way. I am not old enough to drink. Wish I was, because that would be kind of funny to give drunken compliments. That should be a series. Oh my gosh, that should be a series. All right, bookmark it for later. So, Sarah, my favorite memory of you is probably, I don't really have many memories to choose from. All right, so I'm going to choose a very, very recent one. I believe it was this past Thursday when we Skyped and we did our chem homework, and I worked through all of it, and then you said, yeah, oh, yeah, I got that. Yeah, totally. Yeah, That was our entire Skype call, and it was like an hour long. It was so fun. That was the best time I've had doing chem homework. Let's do that every freaking time we have chem. That was so funny. And plus, I think it's, like, you even agreed that it's much easier to do and to think through when there's another person on the other line, instead of just doing it at a desk at your house somewhere. You know, like I am doing right now when I'm just talking to a camera. You know, that kind of thing. This is literally talking to myself, because I'm looking at myself in the webcam program that's on my laptop. I'm so sad. But yeah, that's one of my favorite memories of you so far. I hope we have many more, because they are so funny. Sean, or Shajon, as I have you in my contacts. Another one on my section. You offered okay, this morning I was thinking of words to use, and I came up with a phrase to describe him, and I can't remember it anymore. Got it. A lovable aloofness. That's what I used. And I mean that in the sense that you were always a bit more distant than the others in their section. You always seemed like the type that was I'm the oddball out, you know, that kind of thing. You always like to hang out with the trumpets and the other people who played frisbee before practice, which I never got because we were always going to do physical exercise during practice anyway. So, you know, whatever. So, you offered the aloof kind of thing, which, while I wouldn't have personally wanted it, I do think it worked out in the end, because you did end up being very cool. You were very quiet, but I think that you were a very cool guy. And despite your shortcomings, based on, you know, just who you are, I do think that you are a very, very nice person, and that you are innately very intelligent. Just, you know, application. And, you know, band's a start. Band's applying. Just shut up. Okay. Steve. That's family, but not, like, that's sort of distant. He's my cousin. Steve. New York Steve. You are very knowledgeable. I don't know how much of it is correct, but you seem to have a lot of knowledge in you. Plus, you're one of the few people that can talk on par with my brother about movies, which I can appreciate because I personally can't. But not only that, like, whenever I go over, you always... I try to always make, even if, like, I don't tell you, I always try to make at least a couple hours where it's just the two of us, so we could talk. Legit, you know, talk about games or upcoming movies or something like that. Like that one time when you showed me the E3 trailer for Watch Dogs before it came out, and before it turned out to be a piece of shit. Or underwhelming, as you put it. Like that kind of thing was really nice, and that's probably one of my favorite memories from you. Is that you know, you could have just been the guy that stayed up in his room when family comes over, and you could have just been the guy to not really talk, but you did talk, and you were really cool, and I tried to keep up, but I often failed. But you know, you never really got mad. I think the one time you got mad at me was when I don't like letting people look stuff up on my laptop. I dislike it when other people touch it because I have things that I want to keep to only me on my search history, and I'm always afraid that that might come up on like the recommended, you know, thing that Google does. So like there's a lamp here and it's just like, what are you even doing? So I really just, that was the one time you got frustrated with me, I think. And that's the one time I appeared as a bit of a douchebag. Like, no, you can't touch it. It's mine. And that was, you know, I do regret that. And that was really my fault. But, you know, thankfully you didn't hold it against me, which is really cool. And yeah, favorite memory. You showed me E3 of Watch Dogs. That was great. So, Steven, used to be my section leader, my first year marching band. Boy, man. What a guy, Steven. Can't say your last name, but that's always what I call you. Steven. And then your last name. The one thing I remember about our time in marching band was that you always used to rag on me, and you always used to wear very formal clothes. Like you would wear dress pants, dress shoes, khaki shirt, and a fedora to marching band in the summer. And I'm like, what the hell are you freaking doing, you weirdo? And you knew it was weird, but you didn't care. And that's the best thing about you. You don't care, and you're very opinionated, and you're very cynical, which I think is important. I would rather you be more playful, which you have become more playful with the people you've grown close to. And I think I'm starting to get into that circle more slowly but surely the more sparingly I see you now that you've graduated. And what was I talking about? Damn it, I forgot what I was talking about. So what? Jesus, what was I talking about? You're very cynical, which is good. And you've grown more and more playful and outgoing, and you know, you were probably that way all along, and you just never showed it to me, the stupid idiot freshman that you had to deal with during marching band. But you know, I really did appreciate, because you really prepared me for being a leader, and I really do appreciate that. And I like how you always pushed me. You really made me. You, along with 8th and 9th grade, or really 8th grade. Okay, 9th grade was intense for county band, junior county band. Okay, tangent. 9th grade junior county band was the year when I was the laziest, and that is accentuated by my county auditions. I started preparing a week before instead of a year like I should have. So I had a week to drill that damn piece into my head. It was at 42 beats per minute. I think it was Adagio in G minor or something like that. I don't even know what it was called. I know it was Adagio. But it was at 42 beats per minute. It had 30-second note freaking quintuplets or something ridiculous like that. That thing was so hard, but I did it and I made it. I made that county. That was one of the best achievements I've ever done. Like, I was ready to give up the week before, and I'm like, I haven't practiced at all. But then I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to make it in, or I'm going to freaking die trying. So I did. I worked my freaking ass off, working 3.5 hours every day that week in preparation for that Saturday, in which I auditioned. I only made third clarinet, which there's multiple tiers of clarinet in each, and any instrument really. But for clarinet, you have first, second, third, and in each of those, you have about 6 or 7, maybe 8 people. So I made third clarinet, 7th chair, so I just made it in. But I did it, and it made me so proud. So yeah. Anyway, back to Steven. Oh, my nose is getting clogged up from having to talk so much. So, you 8th and 9th grade county band were really what pushed me, and I so much appreciate that, because it made me the musician I am today. It made me get so into music, and it made me grow to love almost every piece that I hear, unless it's something like Bare Necessities. I hate that song. But I just, you are one of the main reasons that I've grown to love music. So thank you so much. And music is such a huge part of my life right now. Like, you have no idea. It is insane the amount of time I put into marching band, creating music. I put in so much time to music theory last year. I gush about it constantly to Kyle. Oh man, music is such a big part of my life. And thank you, Stephen, for exposing me to the harsher side, which, while I could have done without, or I probably couldn't have, I do think it was a necessary sacrifice, and I think that you handled it absolutely wonderfully, even if you didn't want to deal with me because I was a stupid freshman. So thank you, man. You're awesome. My phone turned off because I was talking so long. Hang on. All right, that's it for S's. T, Talia. Another one of my section. You, number one, congratulations on making Woodwind of the Year. Just, like, kudos to you. Like, that's a huge achievement that I've never made, and I would like to make, and I would have preferred if I got it, but you definitely, I think, in the long run, in retrospective, deserved it, because you really did put your heart and soul into marching band this year. So kudos. What I really appreciate about you is that you put your all into everything. Like, I could tell that you were working on marching band, and that's something I really appreciated as a section leader. Because really, the one thing I was worried about as section leader this year, as the solo section leader, since Sam betrayed us and moved the trumpet, the bastard. Anyway, the one thing I was worried about being section leader this year was that you and Cassandra wouldn't really try because you didn't think I would have any authority. But what really shocked me about both of you is that you worked really, really hard. And especially you worked insanely hard throughout the entirety of the season. And that is something as a section leader that really made me happy. And, made me proud to have you as a section. And real quick, I'm just going to, after I get through with the favorite moment, I'm going to just talk about my section. Because they are such a big part of my recent life. And I just want to give a shout out to them. So favorite moment from Talia. Geez. There's a lot of fun moments. Fun. And some not so fun. But you know what. My favorite moments from you were when you were yelling at everyone to shut up. They always put a smile to my face. Because you were usually the quieter one of our trio, you, me, and Cassandra. So yeah, I really like that. So just real quick, a shout out to my section. In band, I am a clarinetist. Yes, it's a slightly girly instrument, but you know what? I love it so much. I love it to death. This year in marching band, I had the honor of being pronounced section leader after auditioning. And I was the solo section leader of the clarinet section. And I was so stressed out trying to think of how I would portray myself. And eventually I would just try to exude confidence in where I didn't feel any. And throughout the season, I have so many good memories of my section. And how every afternoon, the East kids, our junior highs are split into East and West. The East kids came in late because they were farther away. And Katie always had to run to our stretch block. And that, that's a great memory. Me and Cassandra used to play rock, paper, scissors all the time while we were waiting. There was one time during band camp, our clarinets have a feature in the second song. So while everyone else was learning the drill, we got to sit there for like an hour and a half, just sitting and talking and conversing. And that was... So, real quick, serious talk. I know a lot of this has been fun and games, but serious talk. I love my section more than anything in the world right now, and you all had made that season so special to me, and it was one of the greatest accomplishments personally greatest small group that I've ever been a part of. And I just want to thank you so much. You really are what made that season for me. So thank you. Oh, I love my section so much. I love them. Oh, man. All right, next. Sorry about that. TJ, you're a ROTC kid. And I quit ROTC because I hated it. But you are still a cool guy. You have made a lot of stupid decisions in the past, like making fun of my friend. You bitch. But you know what? Overall, you've grown up. You've stopped insulting people, which is a great first step, in my opinion. And I just think that you're one of the chillest guys I know. And that you're really kind of open, honest. You don't really like to rush things. You like to make jokes. Like, after an English test has already been passed out, we'd still be cracking jokes at each other, and it'd be great. So yeah, thank you so much. You're a pretty cool dude. So last friend, Veronica V, as me and Emily call her. Veronica, you are, again, one of my closest friends. You are strong. You are strong. I know that a lot of times you feel weak and alone and helpless because of all the things you've gone through, but I just offer so much respect, and I'm never, ever going to share what exactly happened to you for your privacy. I would never want to do that. Never, ever. But just what you've had to go through and all the stuff, all the shit that you've been put through in your life, and to think that you are still have stable relationships. We're really close friends. I really enjoy every call we have, I appreciate every moment we have together, because I don't know when it's going to be the last. And I honestly think that for every one of my friends. It's just, I don't tend to express it that much. And for you, with how close we've gotten, it's a very apparent. And I'm so glad that you're finally, with the group that you've been going to help with your issues, that you found happiness with them, and that you've found so much stuff. And you're just so strong. That's my main point. You're so strong, and I kudos. We'll Skype anytime, promise. My favorite memory. It was before the 9th grade dance. I went over to Megan's house before she moved, and it was you, Emily, and Megan in the house, and I was just kind of the fourth wheel, because you all were getting ready upstairs, and I couldn't go up because, 9th grade dude can't see bras, obviously. So I was stuck downstairs, and basically my favorite memory was the picture that we all took. It was like, I was at the bottom, then it was, I believe, Megan, and then you, and then Emily, on each consecutive step, I believe. And that was just a really nice memory. I don't remember if I still have that photo, though. I really hope I do, because that's a really great photo. I might make that as my background. That's awesome. All right, so that's the end of my contacts. Family. I'll start with my brother. My brother, 4.5 years older than me. I'd argue that I'm more socially adept, but, I'm not going to go into that. And honestly, for as much as I rag on him, both serious and not, I don't blame you. If you ever watch this, I don't blame you. Truly and sincerely, I know it's something that you always have struggled with, and just as I struggle with, again, keeping my focus and, expressing my thoughts. And I just really want to say thank you for being there. I know I frustrated you so much throughout the years, and you have frustrated me so much. But I want to really thank you for being there, just every day, just having that helping hand, even if sometimes it frustrates you when you have to give a helping hand. But whatever. So thank you, dude. That's awesome. Mom, you nag a lot, but you know what? That's what a mom should do. You're honestly one of the reasons that I'm so happy in my life right now. You're just so supportive of everything I do, and you're so sure of yourself a lot of the time. And yes, you do get annoyed a lot at work, and I know you have to put up with a lot of shit, but just thank you for being so nice and so supportive, and really kind of trying, keeping me on track, keeping me out of the drugs, cigarettes, vaping, the really dumb stuff that other people do. And just thank you for keeping me on the right path. I really appreciate it. Dad, a lot of the same stuff. I think that I've grown a lot closer with you now that I can form coherent sentences, which has been a recent discovery, but whatever. So I think that we have been able to talk a lot more, and I think we've been able to understand each other a lot more and where we're coming from. And while I don't agree with nearly all of your methods of parenting or money spending or most everything I disagree with you on, I do know that it's something that I can't change about you. And I do think that it's very admirable that you're not willing to budge on this, because a lot of other people would eventually give in. And I think that is great, despite my frustration that it doesn't change. I'm glad that it doesn't, because it's just something about you, and I think it would fundamentally alter the way you parent if it were to change. And I really want to thank you, because you're you're not really my moral anchor so much as you're my logical anchor. You're the one that always speaks true to my mind rather than my heart. And you've stimulated my brain many times about morals, forcing me to think about what's right and what's not, and about a lot of your past and your own mistakes. And it's just really cool. So thank you so much. And I love all three of you. So my last person is someone that's very special to me. He is my best friend, my friend of friends, and I would definitely not be here the way I am right now without him. He has always been there for me. He's gotten mad at me before, and I think it's really cool how quickly he's able to work those out. I feel like we work off each other very well. We often give each other advice. We often joke around with each other. We often rag on each other, and it's all in good fun most of the time. But I think the one thing that I appreciate about him the most is that he seems to put me and his girlfriend and just he tends to put us before anything else. And that's what really speaks true to me, because I often have difficulties putting other people before me in my work and my writing. And I Caleb, real talk, I love you, bro. You are the best friend I could have. Despite the hardships you went through, like last year or 2 years ago, I'm so glad that we're still able to be friends. We're still able to be such good friends. And I'm trying not to cry here, because this is just straight from the heart. I don't really know how to express how much you mean to me. If I could say one thing about you, it would be you're awesome. I love you so much. I can't say anything else. It's just, it can't be expressed in words. The relationship we have has transcended beyond words. It's pure emotion, and that's what's great. That's a true friendship, and it's not something I can say I have with anyone other than him, and that's just the way it is. So Caleb, thank you, man. You are the best friend I could have. I love you. Thank you guys for watching. I know it has been a long journey, but I really wanted to do this because I truly do not compliment people enough. And it's something that I hope other people pick up on. I hope it's something that other people... I try so hard to express how much I care about people in my actions rather than my words. But even still, just to be so clear, I had to do this. Because I want people to know how much I appreciate them. How much they have done to shape who I am. And as a 17-year-old male from America, I haven't had the best upbringing, just due to the state of our country. But you all have been so helpful and so supportive of everything. I know you rag on me. I know we make stupid comments to each other. I know that every single one of my relationships with you is different and everything else. But God, I love all of you. I don't mean that in a I love you, I want to, have sex with you. I don't mean it like the attracted to you kind of love. I love you as in I could not live without each and every single one of you. So, thank you guys for watching. Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't really know how to end this. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe, like, comment. If not, criticism is always welcome. And I will see you in the next video. I love you all. Thank you guys.